It's Thursday night, and it's the NBA. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Clippers, Morris is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubac in at the center position. Now here's Covington. Shot clock at 6. McCollum finds Covington. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. The shot by Powell, no good. Leonard against McCollum. Leonard inside. It's good. Indoors tonight, two experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Here's Covington. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Zubac, the pass to Leonard. And he converts the layup. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Now, this is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Lillard against Beverley. McCollum dishes to Covington, and that one drops.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate. And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And, Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
Here's McCollum. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Lillard scanning the floor. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Off target from three-point range.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Covington with the steal. Lillard attacking, and then Lillard slams it in.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now here's Beverley. Morris outside. Back to Beverley. Leonard inside. He's guarded by McCollum. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Lillard against Beverley. Pass to Powell. Now Covington. It's McCollum on the wing. Shot, high post, and Portland again with the bucket.
Put it on the deck, get by the defender. Norman Powell on the dribble drive. Okay, I see you.
Beverley the pass to Leonard. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter.
Well, and he breaks out the tomahawk. No soft finish there. Pure power.
Now, we could feel that one all the way over here. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Back to McCollum. Passes to Lillard. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does.
3.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. So for the Clippers, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Zubac. Luke Kennard comes in for Leonard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And then for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. And Carmelo Anthony's subbed in for Robert Covington. Now here's Rondo. And Patterson kicks to Kennard. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Kicks it out to McCollum.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Batum passes to Patterson. Back to Batum over Anthony. And Batum gets it to go on the assist by Patterson.
You know, just what they were looking for right there. That's not a shot he's going to miss.
McCollum right side.
Now, just such a high percentage look, but with Melo, it's almost just a given. Tough to stop.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points in the... Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Here are the five Portland has to start the second quarter. Anthony is out there with Jones. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the one. George looking over the floor. Goes up on the block. And Jones sends it back. 3-on-3. Here's Anthony. Kicks it out to McCollum. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Kanter dishes to Anthony. From the arc. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And Portland making a change here. Lillard's checked in. Los Angeles leading by 6. Outside Jackson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
McCollum outside. Portland moving the ball around. He dishes it to Kanter. Back to McCollum. And he banks in the layup. Kanter's got his first 2 points.
Well, this guy is a skilled scorer from that area. Once Enes Kanter gets a little bit of position, he's good.
Jackson passes to Oturu. Anthony with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Anthony against Leonard. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
This guy is such an excellent finisher at the rim. He's got incredibly long arms and very strong hands.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Just 5 on the clock. Kanter, the pass to Carmelo, and the rejection by Leonard.
Well, tremendous intimidation and shot blocking by Kawhi Leonard. How nice is that?
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team, and in this case it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Portland also making some changes. Nurkic checked in for Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Powell in for Derek Jones. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. Simons, he's checked in for Portland. Here's George. Portland making their last shot. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball. Covington wide open. He fires. Misses the three.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Cans it from downtown. And now it's just a 4-point Clipper lead.
Well, Covington has made himself a viable and legitimate three-point shooter. How about that one?
Bucket is good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Simons, the pass to Covington. Kicks it to Lillard. But they recover it. Back to Covington. Launches a three. Doesn't go for it. And the Clippers will come the other way. They've led by as much as 10. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Outside Leonard. And the rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here.
A split second late, but almost came up with the steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Just 4 to shoot. Lillard, the pass to Simons. Releases. Good on the jump shot.
And this is peak Dame. Rising, firing, one of the more confident shooters we have in our game.
Jackson looking it over. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the half. Right wing. Beverly finds Jackson. He's looking for Patterson and finds him. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Powell for 3. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in.
Boy.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had... And...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Greg, so many people know your story, born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people you know has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Oturu in at the 4 spot.
Let's remember, this guy north of 270 pounds with long arms. Cousins looking to impose his will in the lane.
Trailblazers trail by 8. Lillard outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lillard's got 6 points.
What strength from Lillard, just not allowing the defense to have the last word.
Oh, that's blocked, and he gets it back. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year, 88% from the line?
Well, you love the energy out there. Paul George is an extremely confident, extremely versatile player, and he brings a great level of activity to both ends.
Lillard dishes to Anthony. Back to Lillard. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Offensive rebound.
You know, you have to like the activity from your superstar. Anthony staying involved even off the basketball.
Here's George, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here, and he makes the first. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Patrick Beverly. Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. Jones comes in for Norman Powell.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Now here's McCollum. Lobs it up for Anthony. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in.
Well, Paul George routinely making these difficult shots look easy. He's showing how dominant he truly is.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 6. Kanter trying to free himself up. Lillard misses. George against Lillard. Morris trying to free himself up. McCollum outside. There's 3-pointers off the mark. Clippers leading by 10. And George, here we go. And Jones pulls it down. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. Kanter, the pass to Anthony, and a wide open look for McCollum. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
Here's George, and that one good. George has got 10 points in the quarter.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
The pass to Jones. 1:43 left in the 3rd quarter. Anthony dishes to Jones. Banked in off the glass. Jones has got his first bucket of the night.
The vision there as Carmelo makes his teammates better.
McCollum against George. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
You know, I thought in the first half this guy was pressing, he was rushing. Now he's settled into the game.
Here's Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. Pass to Jones. Shot clock at 5. 3-pointer, Lillard. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look for the Clippers. Zubats is checked in for Cousins, and it's Leonard in for George. Robert Covington's checked in for Portland, and Fernie Simons comes in for Damian Lillard. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Boy, what is more fear-invoking than Kawhi off the bounce near the cup? Look out.
There's 42 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Kanter finds McCollum. He gets it in there. McCollum's got 6.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Makes it off the glass. McCollum's got 7 points for the quarter.
I mean, call him a combo guard to whatever. McCollum is a scorer first and foremost, and when he puts it on the deck, the young fella is going to the hoop. Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, they've got Derek Jones. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the 1. Leonard kicks to Zubas. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Jackson. Leonard's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Los Angeles. Trailblazers trail by 13. Pass to Powell. Here's Simons. And he dunks it down.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his group.
Jackson passes to Oturu. Back to Jackson. Powell with the steal. Here's the 3. And the 3 ball is good. Powell's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Trailblazers. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And now Portland on the break. Here's Simons. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And all of a sudden, we've got a ball game, guys. No doubt about it. I'm sensing a major momentum swing here after that steal and run out.
Here's Leonard. Can't finish the one-handed jam. Trailblazers trail by 6. On up the court. A nice shot by Simons. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. And again, the Clippers turn it over. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the Clippers. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Lillard's checked in for Anthony Simons. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control.
Powell kicks to Lillard. Powell, no one around him. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And finished off by Leonard.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Portland.
Lillard against Jackson. Back to Powell. Lillard outside. There's the 3. Oturu with the rebound. Clippers leading by 4. Here's Leonard. Lillard with the rebound. And here's Covington. Jones finds Lillard. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Sometimes you just have an off day, and this is one of those games for him.
A shot by Batum, no good. Trailblazers trail by 4. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
George is checked in for Jackson. And the basket by Lillard.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Batum. Leonard's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big-time situations. How confident is he right there?
Powell against Leonard. Powell, the pass to Covington. Back to Powell to tie it up. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Boy, a wide-open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Here's Okuru. Got it.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Powell, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Powell. Now here's Jones. Pass to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. He can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And George, here we go.
I'll tell you, there's little you can do to stop Paul George when he's got his game going. He has the lane to the rim, and you know he's going to finish.
Now Lillard. Fires the 3. Batum grabs the miss. The pass to Okuru. He kicks it to Batum and stolen by Lillard. From deep three-point range, misses the shot. And so Los Angeles takes the win. Prop David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. The traffic in New York City. How is it?
Hey, Kevin. Well,
It does indeed. Thanks, David. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Morris. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 4 slot. And for Brooklyn, Jordan is out there with Griffin. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving in at the 2 guard. Now, here is Morris. Here's Oturu. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. No good from Zubac.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
it started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
And the wide-open shot from Morris. The rebound by the Nets. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. Moving it up and finished off by Griffin.
Can you believe that move? That is power. That is grace. That is awesome.
And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
And it's good, 2 points.
One of the more physical wings in the league. Kawhi gets smacked there, but not to be denied.
Irving against Leonard. Irving can't hit.
Easy chance from mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
Leonard the pass to Morris. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. There's the pass to Harris. Kicks it out to Harden. Feeds to Jordan. They get a hand on it. 5 on the clock. Harden's shot is off.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
George with the bucket.
Always a threat to get to the rim. This time, Paul George pulls up and buries it.
Harden outside. To the inside. Stolen by Zubac. George looking over the floor. A three-pointer off the mark. Nets trail by 5. To stop the run. And the rejection by Zubac. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Some changes for Brooklyn. Jeff Green. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Bruce Brown in for Kyrie Irving. Harris passes to Griffin. Dishes it to Brown. Back to Griffin. Kicks it out to Harden. Just 5 to shoot. It's good. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are. But look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Harris misses. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Durant comes in for Harris. And Luwawu subbed in for James Harden. Now, here's Kennard. From outside the arc. No good that time. And Brooklyn will come the other way. And now the fast break. Durant with the ball. His first shot is a miss, 0 for 1 to start the contest. From deep, Kennard's shot is off. Nets trail by 5. Passes it to Llewellyn for the 3. Batum grabs the miss. The Clippers have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Kennard for 3. Tips it, and the second chance effort by Jackson.
A rare offensive rebound for Reggie Jackson, but he knows what to do with it once he gets it.
Batum against Durant. Tries from 10. Great D that time from Batum. Kennard for 3. But they'll get another chance. And so it's Los Angeles, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving.
How can we be the best version of ourselves?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Rajon Rondo is out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Cousins in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Green. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Batum with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Back to Cousins. Leonard looking over the floor. It's stolen by Brown. Kicks it to KD. From 15 feet away, and he gets it to go. KD's got his first points of the game.
That's easy money for KD. He's always had great touch from the mid-range.
Rondo against Irving. Pass to Cousins. Kicks it out to Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, the Clippers turn it over.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Now Kennard. James Harden missing on the 3. Patterson finds Kennard. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Irving.
Hey, yo, right here.
There's the dish to Jordan. He feeds it to Griffin. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
I love the way of Griffin. Eye on the prize, going after the rim. Is either going to dunk it or you're going to foul him.
Zubac is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Kennard's shot is off.
Can you believe it? He's missed every shot he's taken. Yet this team still continues to hold the lead.
The kick out to Irving. Back to Harris. From deep three-point range. Knocked loose. Los Angeles leading by 4. Kennard for 3. Kyrie Irving with the rebound.
In this first half, he is really falling in love with the 3. So far, not paying dividends.
Lets it go from deep. Second chance shot, and Jordan with the layup.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Kennard against Irving. To end the drought. That's short off the rim.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch. But right now, he's hurting the team.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Irving against Kennard. From deep. That one's not going to go. So Brooklyn will take it the other way.
I don't know how many misses that is in a row, but I know it's ugly. This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Now here's Jackson. Outside Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Kennard against Irving. Fires for 3. Zubac. Nice persistence to tip it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 2.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Harden kicks to Irving. This one for 3. Again, Irving missing. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Kennard for 3. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Clippers ahead, leading by... Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They've got a 2-point lead. Kenny Hudson. And that should do it with the second half about to begin.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
I guess you could say his performance transcends the stat sheet.
Well, there are guys who worry about their numbers. He is not one of those guys, believe me.
We've got Durant, Brown out there with Owawu, and it's Green, and it's Claxton in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Such a hounding defender. Beverly timing the steal and initiating the break.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Kennard for 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. And it's a 7-point Clipper lead.
We've seen Kennard steadily increase his 3-point shots. Terrific accuracy here.
Brown against Beverly. Brown kicks to KD. Now the feed to Green. Clock at 4. The shot. And KD the bucket on the assist by Green.
You see how quickly Durant sets up for the catch-and-shoot shot, giving the defense no chance.
90 seconds now into the second half. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 7.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
And here is Brown. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. KD against Morris. Knocked away. Now here's Kennard. Defense is right there. Beyond the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Kennard's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
Firing on all cylinders here in the third. Only one miss in 5 attempts.
Morris against Durant. Inside. The pass to Luwawu. And that's going to be a travel. James Harden. He's checked in for Luwawu. And then for Los Angeles, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. And George is subbed in for Kennard. Outside, George. From deep three-point range, Brooklyn with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The shot by KD. No good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Outside, George. From deep. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Whatever they did right in the first half defensively, we're not seeing it now.
Harden against Beverly. Outside, KD. And again, it's the Nets missing.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
He really can't buy a bucket, but his teammates have his back.
Here's Harden, and it's Harden slamming it down.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Now here's Beverly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Morris finds George. Three-pointer. Drills it from outside. And the Clippers lead by 13.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
Here's Durant, and it's good off the back rim and in. Durant's got 6.
You talk scores, nobody does it better than KD. He'll go down with the greats.
Outside for George. Three-pointer. No good on the shot. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Durant.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
And it's George again missing. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. That's tipped.
At the point guard position, Patrick Beverly is a great shot blocker.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Paul George. He's out there with Jackson. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. And it's Oturu in at the 4-man position. Irving with the ball. And the layup's good off the glass.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Clippers leading by 10. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Outside for George. Over Irving. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. George has got 5 points now this quarter. Jackson against Harden. Out to Harris. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on and on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment. But the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then. But I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Irving finds Griffin. For three, Harris. Harden with it. Guarded now by Jackson. The Nets working the ball around now. Irving passes to Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
Outside Jackson. Back to George. The Clippers need to get off a shot.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
At the elbow, Griffin. Irving against George. Launches it. Irving surveying the floor. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. George with the ball. From deep three-point range, they get it back.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Irving against George. The three ball. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cousins has got his fourth rebound in this one. Griffin against George. Passes it to Batum. The three. And it's Irving with the rebound. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Brooklyn. Down by 12. So for the Nets, Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for James Harden. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Now Rondo. 1:04 left in the fourth quarter. Zubac against Jordan. Throws it up high. It's intercepted.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Clippers.
And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for George.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
Durant with a wide open look. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
One of the great rebounders in this league. When Jordan does score, this is often how it happens.
There's the triple. Off target with that shot. So the Clippers winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Trailblazers focused as they walked into the locker room earlier on. Their job is basic. Looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight, some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Harden. Joe Harris is out there with Griffin. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Jordan in at the center. And for Portland, tearing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3. Stolen by McCollum. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Covington with the ball. And yes, it's good.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Irving looking for an opening. Covington with the steal. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. An easy 2 points on the layup.
You know, Robert Covington is a decent passer at his position and has a good feel for when to share the ball.
Lillard against Harden. Lobs it up for Jordan. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Lillard against Harden. And stolen by Jordan. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Harden against Lillard. The dish to McCollum. Five to shoot. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Here is Harden. Ring shot on the way, and no good. Trying to use the glass.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And here we go. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Boy, Jordan is an alley-oop specialist, a big target with strength and bounce.
Lillard scanning the floor. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Anthony drawing the double team. Powell, no one around him. And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. And KD's got the ball here for the Nets. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there.
And great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy two if the defense wasn't there.
The shot by Powell, no good.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
And Green slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleep.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Bobbed up there for Green. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Jones. Kept alive. Shoots over KD. Jones the pass to Cantor. Here's Simons. Guarded by Green. It's stolen by Green. Brown outside. And Brooklyn turns it over again.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And it's Simons missing. Brooklyn with the ball. They've scored 10 straight. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll get right. Naturally a ball-dominant player. James Harden talked to.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, of course.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nets.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
So for Brooklyn now, Durant is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. Then it's Harden. And it's Claxton in at the center, locking down the middle. Here's Harden, pocket 6. He hits it from 9.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. So for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington comes in for Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Anthony Simon. Then for the Nets, Blake Griffin. He's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Bruce Brown.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Here's Durant. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing, but they don't want to chance that again.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Nurkic is checked in. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Brooklyn. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. Over Durant. Here's Covington, and it's blocked by Jordan.
When Jordan comes to deny a shot, his size and reach give him a big advantage.
Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Well, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
And here's McCollum for 3.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Lobs it up for Jordan. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Here's McCollum. And the layup falls. McCollum's got his second basket. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power, hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Pass to Carmelo. Back to Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. Trying to find Harden, and he's got it now. In transition, here come the Nets. KD's got the ball. The pass to Griffin. Lobbed up there for Durant. Taken away by Anthony. And they're pushing it up. And the foul on Harden. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Norman Powell's checked in for Portland. And the Nets making a change here as well. Irving's checked in for Kevin Durant. Powell dishes to Nurkic. Powell, the pass to Lillard. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Stolen by Harden. Feeds it to Jordan. Covington with the steal. Lillard attacking, and a wide open look for McCollum. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. McCollum's got 6.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
Outside for Griffin. Back to Harden. In the corner, Irving with it. Lobs it up for Jordan. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
A different look now for Portland. Cantry checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Derek Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Then for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Brown in for James Harden. Jones dishes to Cantor, and it's denied. Jones kicks to Powell. Here's Cantor. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
And the Nets with possession here. And here's Irving. From downtown. Got a piece of it. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back from the first. Brooklyn came out looking very confident. An exceptional game plan helped them open with a 12-4 run. They were able to string together. And that should.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been quite a game so far for DeAndre Jordan.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Portland trailing here. McCollum outside. Covington passes to Powell. That ties the game. Craig, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
And it's blocked by Jordan. Here we go, one-on-one. The Nets working the ball around now. Nurkic with the steal. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. And Portland making a change here. Anthony's checked in. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Durant's checked in for Harris. The shot's good from Irving.
Always great from deep. I don't think Irvin has gotten enough credit for how lethal he is from behind the arc.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Here's Harden. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers, trailing by 5. Now here's Lillard. He's got 10. Just 5 to shoot. This is it to Covington. From deep, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D for the Trailblazers. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Derek Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for McCollum. The Nets also changing it up. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Brown in for Durant. It's stolen by Anthony. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Lillard's got 12 points in the game.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
From deep Harden, Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Lillard dishes to Jones. Back to Lillard. He feeds it to Cantor. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Bobbed up there for Green. The kick out to Brown. The 3. Green against Anthony. Green passes to Harden. Taken away by Anthony. And now Portland on the break. Here's Simons. The offensive rebound. And Cantor able to finish. Now just a 1-point Brooklyn lead.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Over in the corner, Green. Jones against Brown. Shot clock at 5. On the left block. And the Nets miss again.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That's foul number 2 for him. Norman Powell's checked in for the Trailblazers. Harris is checked in for the Nets. Pass to Simons. Powell with it for the lead. And that one hits back iron.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Brooklyn ahead, up by 1. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Luwawu. Durant is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. And it's Claxton in at the 5. Down low. Pass to McCollum. He kicks it to Cantor. Stripped away. And here we go. Green finds KD. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Cantor. Now the pass to Claxton. Doubled by McCollum. Claxton, the second chance points on the tip in. And the Nets lead by 5. The Trailblazers shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Down low. Kicks it out to Jones. Pass to Powell. 5 on the clock. Here's Cantor. Back to Powell. The rebound by KD.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Green, the pass to Luwawu. Stolen by Cantor. Jones kicks to McCollum. Puts up a 3. And no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. KD drives in. Covington with the steal. Up top, Powell, guarded by Green. Jones, the pass to Covington. Cantor with it. Here's Powell. Gets an open look and hits.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Here's Durant. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound.
When you do moves like that and you miss, you know you're going to hear it from your coaches and your teammates.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 7 rebounds in the game. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. And Lillard subbed in for Derek Jones. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Joe Harris comes in for Green. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And it's James Harden in for Bruce Brown.
Boy, you need a confident player to get you a big bucket. And that's exactly who Irving is and what he does.
Here's McCollum. And he drops in the layup off the glass. McCollum's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
How about the fearlessness of McCollum? Doesn't shy away from taking or making the big shots.
Harden dishes to KD. .106 left in the fourth. The shot that time, not on target. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Up Powell, guarded by Harris. McCollum, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Good!
Irving's got him falling right now, that's for sure.
40 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Lillard outside. And the rejection by Harden. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Irving's got the ball. And then Durant with the jam.
Well, in my mind, KD is one of the top 10 all-time guys that you want taking that shot. His length, his ball handling, his shooting, and his confidence makes him huge in late-game situations.
Harden against Covington. Harden the pass to Irving. Back to Harden. And stolen by Lillard. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. A narrow win under difficult. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. The bustling city of Portland. Both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the four-man position. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the three, the small forward. So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Leonard against Covington. High post shot, and stolen by Lillard. And now Portland on the break. McCollum dishes to Powell. Lillard left side. Pass to McCollum. 6 to shoot. Back to Lillard. That shot off the mark. And the Clippers will come the other way. We played just over a minute here in the first. Passes to Zubac. Here's Kennard. Knocks down the 10-footer.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now, here's Lillard. Shoots the three. Offensive rebound.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Here's Beverley. Outside Leonard. It's Kennard, top of the key. For three. Portland grabs the miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Lillard against Kennard. Lillard attacking. Here's Covington. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant one foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time.
What's incredible to me about Robert Covington is he enters the league and earns playing time on the defensive end. And he knows that's what's going to ultimately define him. But he has worked so hard to become a shooter, a legit threat from the perimeter. Love that this guy has carved out a career.
Powell, the pass to Nurkic. Can't get it to fall.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Kennard on the wing. Offline with his three. Trailblazers leading by 3. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivals. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Here's Simons. The putback, and Cantor able to finish.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
Jackson kicks to Zubas. The pass to Kennard. Changes up, and he sinks the layup. Kennard's got his second bucket of the night.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Here's Simons. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. They swipe it. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. Leonard, the pass to Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. 41 seconds left in the first quarter. Jones, the pass to Kanter. Back to Jones. Count that one.
Boy, I love seeing Kanter distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
Now Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Lets the three fly. Just 5 on the clock. And the baseline jumper, no good.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
It's McCollum on the wing. Takes the three. He beat the buzzer!
Delivery at the buzzer. That is beautifully done.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Trailblazers out in front, up by 6. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, the defense hasn't been there. They are getting hammered on second chance opportunities.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Batum, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Morris in at the small forward.
What pretty vision right there by Patrick Beverly. Wow.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul for the Trailblazers. Robert Covington's checked in for Derek Jones. Norman Powell comes in for McCollum, and it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony Simons. Paul George with the steal. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, you see the elite nature of Paul George's game. Make a steal on one end, finish with authority on the other.
We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Over to the left wing. And Cantor wide open. He shoots. Beverly against Lillard. 4 on the shot clock. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
Cousins inside. He's covered by Cantor. From deep, George connects from three-point range. George has got the lead up to 1 now for the Clippers. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. Out to Anthony. It's stolen by Morris. And stolen by Lillard. To the paint. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Lillard's got his second basket of the night.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Outside, George. Shoots over Powell. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. That's 7 points for George.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Lillard finds Covington. Back to Lillard. And the layup is good. Lillard's got 6.
I'll tell you, he's having his way right now in the second period. Forget the first quarter. Let's get to work.
Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Pass to Batum. Dishes to George. Back to Batum. Shot clock at 6.
Well, this is what you call your big man playing big. Terrific work on the glass.
Covington passes to Cantor. Here's Lillard. Defended by Beverly. And Lillard kicks to Anthony. Passes it to Covington. The dish now to Lillard. Back to Covington. Shoots over Cousins. From deep three-point range. The shot by Powell, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Outside for George. Scored the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight. Portland trailing here. Outside Anthony. And the pass to Powell. Lillard outside. Over Beverly. Lillard misses. The Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Here's George. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Lillard bounce pass. Covington passes to Lillard. From deep. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's George. Batum. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
Lillard, right side. It'll count. And that one released in time, but no good.
Wow, Patrick Beverly just so willing to close that airspace and put a good contest on.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They have a 5-point lead. Kenny, how'd you see it?
Well, we talk about guys who can control both ends of the floor. PG-13 has been locked in. I'd love to see his...
And that'll...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Paul George really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's Oturu, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to, how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
And good that time.
Nurkic doesn't take a lot of bad shots. So when he decides to pull up off the dribble, you know he's feeling it.
Pass to Zubac. Leonard on the wing. To the inside. The inside shot. And Kennard finishes it off. Kennard's got his third basket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Lillard looking around. Pass to Covington. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Clippers leading by 7 and pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard the pass to Oturu. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Kennard for 3. And the rebound by Nurkic.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
McCollum finds Nurkic. Powell with it. He's covered by Leonard. Lillard outside. 6 to shoot. Takes a shot at the elbow. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got 6.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Down low. Here's Kennard. With his first shot attempt, and Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Well, efficiency from the mid-range has always been a part of Kawhi Leonard's game.
Passes it to Nurkic. There's the feed to Covington. The pass to Powell. Leonard with the steal. Lets it go from the wing. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And now a 9-point Clipper lead.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Leonard against Powell. Now here's Leonard. T right on him.
Now, Kawhi Leonard makes dunks look easy. That ball looks like a grapefruit in his hands.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Lillard against Jackson. Lillard on top. He's got 6. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Back to Jackson, down to 5 on the shot clock. From 13, Morris, no good. Trailblazers trail by 9. Lillard fires away from way outside. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
35 seconds left in the third quarter. Kennard for 3. Drops in the tray. Kennard's got 5 points now this quarter.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Kanter, high post. Back to Lillard. Looking to get back on track here. Cuts off the pass. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Kennard for 3. Morris passes to Cousins. Kennard for 3. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 10-point. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Morris is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Mann in at the 3. McCollum, no good.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Mann passes to Morris. And Beverley kicks to George. Over McCollum. And that one's good, George. And the Clippers lead by 12.
This is one of Paul George's go-to shots. His confidence and ability to rise and fire quickly from the mid-range, crucial.
Kanter finds McCollum. Here's Simons. To the middle. And stolen by Cousins. Now here's Beverley. Tight defense on him. Pass to Cousins. Now here is George. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Anthony. And they're moving it up. Jones, no one around him. Rebound by the Clippers. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Beverley, the pass to Mann. He dishes it to George. 6 on the shot clock. Over Jones. The shot by George, no good. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Trailblazers. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth. Clippers leading by 12. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's Morris. And it's good from the elbow. Morris has got his first basket of the night.
Marcus Morris, money in the mid-range.
The Trailblazers have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. McCollum dishes to Anthony. He kicks it to Kanter. McCollum up top. Back to Kanter. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Beverley, the pass to Morris. Can't hit from in close. Trailblazers trail by 12. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Outside, George. Inside. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George. Morris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Down low. And stolen by Cousins. .137 left in the game. Beverly the pass to Cousins. Here's Morris. Here's Mann. Lets it go with a three. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 6 rebounds in the game. Good work there as it goes.
Well, you can tell Cantor uses his size to survey the floor, and he's really good at finding the holes in the defense with his passing.
To the left wing. The three from George. That shot missing, so the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Anthony against Morris. Back to Jones. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Simons. Pass to Anthony. The tray. The putback. And with the rebound. And so here are the Clippers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points from outside the arc. The shot by George, no good. Well, with the basket here, they could get back to within single digits. And a wide open look for McCollum from outside off the mark. From deep. George missing again. And here are the Trailblazers. It's a 10-point game. Cantor. Off target from three-point range. Fires for three. The shot by George, no good. Here's McCollum. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it. Well, and his thing.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. They've got Harris. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Griffin. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Harden in at the point. And for the Clippers, Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Beverley against Harden. And Beverley kicks to Kennard. Three-pointer. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
In the corner, it's Harris. Wow. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Back to Irving. Clock at 6. Jordan the pass to Irving. Over Patterson. And the Nets miss again. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Leonard. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
One of the more physical wings in the league. Kawhi gets smacked there, but not to be denied.
Harden outside. The pass to Harris. Tipped away. Leonard with the steal. It's deflected. It's stolen by Harris. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Harden's got his second bucket tonight.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
Leonard against Harris. Right side, Leonard. Pass to Zubats. Goes back up. And that one is off. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Corner shot. Harris misses.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And it's James Harden with the rebound.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Irving can't hit.
And at a certain point, you just have to look to someone else to score for you.
Patterson. And Beverley kicks to Zubats. Kennard, the pass to Zubats. Drilled from 6 feet. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
He's an all-star
No
last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play, excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. And the dunk by Jordan.
And that is why DeAndre is such a high percentage shooter. Wow.
.55 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Zubats. To the inside. Here's Kennard. Tries again, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Strength, body control, and focus. Kawhi showing it all right there.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Patrick Patterson. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Kevin Durant's checked in for Harris. And it's Brown in for James Harden. Leonard finds George. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
Now Irving. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Off target with his three. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. He doesn't hit that one. Can't hit that one. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Durant is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. And it's Claxton in at the 5 spot.
The homecoming for Paul George. Playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now here's Durant. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Knows where everybody is. If there's an open man, Durant's going to find him.
And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Now here's Cousins. Defense right on him. And they call an illegal screen here.
Turnover there, but for the most part, they've taken care of the basketball. That was one of the few mistakes they've really made.
Nets trail by 5. Pass to Luau. Paul George with the steal. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by George. Jackson's got his first bucket of the night.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
KD passes to Claxton. From downtown, Luau's shot is off.
Solid rebound there, and with the sport like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Here is Harden. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Los Angeles leading by 7. Here's George. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Harden dishes to Irving. Back to Harden. Pulls it from 20. Jordan kicks to Harden. That one a little long for Los Angeles. They've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Mann passes to Cousins. They double him with Jordan. Outside for Jackson. Stolen by Harden. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. And Harris wide open. He shoots, knocks down the three ball. Harris has got himself on the board with 3 there. The Clippers in the lead. Now here's Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here, and Cousins gets it to go.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
Now here's Jackson. To the middle. And stolen by Jordan. To the paint. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Kennard kicks to Zubats. A 3 ball. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Now here's Jackson. And there's the pass to Mann. And the Clippers miss again. Nets trail by 6. Harden with it. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Jordan high post. Griffin looking it over. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's foul number 2 for him. 12 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Leonard on the wing. Batum, good. Batum's got his first points of the night.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined.
And that concludes the first half. Clippers lead by 8.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They didn't get more than a 1-possession lead in the period. 3 points was as big as it got. They showed a lot of improvement in the second quarter. I'm sure they're in a confident... And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Paul George really making a difference here.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for the Clippers right now, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubats. And it's Beverly in at the point. Outside Leonard. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around him. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to lose.
It's a solid blueprint.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Leonard. Rebound, Brooklyn. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. And it's Irving missing. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Batum, that's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Batum's got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers. Harden dishes to Irving. Back to Harden. And the layup's good off the glass. Harden's got 8.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
And here's Beverly. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Now Kennard. Just 5 to shoot. And he lobs it up toward the rim. A shot by Batum. No good. Nets trail by 8.
I mean, hard to fathom that Blake Griffin is becoming one of the more prolific three-point shooters among NBA big men.
Greg, it was a shot he barely attempted through his first 6 seasons in the league. Now he's made it a key part of his arsenal.
Leonard the pass to Kennard. And stolen by Harris. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. It's hauled in by Beverly. And now running up the court. Leonard. Oh, my goodness.
Did you see
what a play.
Unbelievable. So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Irving from long range. Griffin finds Irving. To the middle. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Durant's checked in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Jackson passes to Cousins. It's hauled in by Claxton. Nets trail by 8. Down low. Defended by George. Here's KD. Yep, that one goes.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
George dishes to Jackson. George against Brown. Jackson passes to Cousins. Crafty move. Got a hand on it. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. .41 seconds left in the third. Nets trail by 8. Here's Irving. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. That one falls.
Difficult guarding Kyrie. He's comfortable from any range and willing to take what the defense gives him.
And Cousins kicks to Jackson. Here's George. And then George with the jam.
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Irving double team. Brown feeling it out a bit. Nets passing it around. 6 to shoot. Pass to Claxton. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
Gets it off. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Los Angeles with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving. Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. And don't go away. We'll be right back. 3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. On out there with Luwawu. Then there's Green, and it's Durant, and it's Claxton in at the 5, roaming the paint. Durant against George. 2 points. That one goes.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Rondo passes to Zubats. The shake. He lays it in.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Outside Durant. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. And that one's good. Green.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And Patterson kicks to Zubats. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
Here's Brown, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. He misses the free throw. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. Harris is checked in for Jeff Green. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Luwawu. George looking over the floor. Shoots from the baseline. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got his 5th rebound in this one. Cousins finds Morris. Here's Beverly. Outside Leonard. A rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got his 6th rebound on the night. George with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Oh, Griffin in position. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Jordan dishes to Irving. Fires, high post. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Kyrie has done it again. He loved the big shot and the big moment.
Now here's Beverly. He kicks to Leonard. Some solid defense from Harris.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
And that one is good.
For a guy who is 6'3", Kyrie shows us he has great confidence playing inside.
Up top, Leonard, guarded by Harris. But they recover it. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Kicks it to Morris to stop the drought. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Irving finds Jordan. Inside. Passes it to Irving. Pops it up for Jordan. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Count it!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
George against Irving. He lobs it up. Count!
A seasoned vet with lots of playoff experience, Jordan remains calm under pressure.
George dishes to Leonard. Money!
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
Brooklyn with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Irving with the ball. Shoots over Cousins. Irving against George. Good!
Kyrie never losing his composure. He is deadly in the clutch.
And here's Leonard. The feed to Morris. The three from George. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for... Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. And for the Nets, Harden out there with Irving, and it's Durant. Then there's Harris, and it's Jordan in at center. Nets passing it around, and stolen by Lillard. Covington with it. He's picked up by KD. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game.
A foul right off the bat. You hate to pick up your first one so quick.
Lillard surveying the D. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. 6 on the shot clock. Covington with the bucket.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Harden outside. He feeds it to Harris. Nifty move. And it's rebounded by Covington. And here are the Blazers. Out to the right wing. And they call an illegal screen here.
That screen, that's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
And he knows it too. He tried to get away with it. Sometimes you do. That time he didn't.
Harden outside. Tries from 10. Count it.
Look, when he's not killing you on the perimeter, he's doing it inside.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. It's a 3-point game.
And see, Webb, the strength and conditioning of James Harden, something I'm not certain everybody has an appreciation for.
Yeah, and to your point, back in high school, despite leading Artesia to back-to-back state championships, Harden dealt with asthma and was frankly out of shape. Over the years, dedication to diet and training, that enabled him to reach new heights.
Here's Durant. Here's Jordan. That one doesn't drop. Great D that time from Nurkic. And it's McCollum off the drive. Lillard. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
The wide open look for Durant. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Look, that's what's crazy about this guy. Inside, deep from 3. Still, he's deadly from mid-range. Durant is as good as anyone from that part of the court.
Lillard with it. High post, Nurkic. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, no doubt Nurkic knows how to get it done inside. I mean, using all of his height to find the shot.
Harden outside. To the inside. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. McCollum kicks to Lillard. It's Powell on the wing. Lillard outside. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
You can't do a lot to stop Lillard. He's amazing at absorbing contact on these drives.
Harden the pass to Irving. Harden against Lillard. Jordan. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Powell for 3. The rebound by the Nets. Irving surveying the floor. There's 48 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Well, that's just a lucky break for the deep. Yeah, keep giving him that shot. Bad things will happen.
Irving against McCollum. To the wing right side. Lillard dishes to McCollum. And Durant sends it back.
But Durant covers a ton of ground with his length, using his wingspan to wipe away shots.
Outside Irving. Lays it up off the glass.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here is Lillard. McCollum outside.
I like how Irving gets after it on defense, using his speed to stick with his man and make life difficult for him.
A good close. Damian Lillard told us before the game when asked how he's
humble beginnings. I'm from
well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a five-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
Durant is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. Then there's Griffin. And it's Harden in at point guard. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Harden surveying the D, and there's the feed to Griffin. And he makes that one. Griffin's got the lead up to 5 now for Brooklyn.
It's easy to see how Harden's been the league's top assist man before. I mean, he makes the special feeds.
Here's Powell, and he lays it straight in.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back three, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a two-move torture chamber.
5 on the clock. Oh, Griffin in position.
Mr. Everything. Durant can score it, pass it, do what you want to do. He can defend at a high level. So fun watching him play.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Simons. He's still scoreless so far in this one. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Here's Simons, guarded by Harden. It's Anthony with the drive. That's a 2 from Powell. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Back to Jones. Down low. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Anthony.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the three spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
KD passes to Green. Harden dishes to Green. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
It's Jones on the way. Lobs it up for Anthony. Hammers the alley-oop through. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there are so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. A nice shot by Simons.
Oh, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the rim.
Brown against Powell. Pass to Harden. 46 seconds left in the second quarter.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should have been easy.
Here's Powell. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
Here's KD, and Jones sends it back. Anthony up on top, guarded by Green. Griffin with the steal. It's Brown with the drive. And again, it's the Nets missing. And now Portland on the break. Jones finds Anthony. Back to Jones. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nets out in front, leading by 5. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Their field goal percentage was
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Trailblazers trail by 5. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Portland, they've got Enes Kanter. Anthony is out there with Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Powell in at the 2 spot. Anthony, the pass to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. Trailblazers keep it alive, and Kanter able to finish.
Now, that's the staple of Kanter's game. This guy has a knack for knowing how to come up with offensive boards.
Harden against Lillard. Harden outside. Pass to Irving. Beyond the arc. But they get it back. For 3, Harris. And it's Portland with the rebound. Kanter's got 5 rebounds tonight. Lillard outside. Back to Jones. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Harden against Jones. And here's Harris from the arc. The kick out to Irving. And again, it's the Nets missing.
I don't know what they drew up at halftime, but it ain't working. 0 for 4 to start the half.
And Jordan sends it back.
And the one thing we know about DeAndre, he's a presence at both ends of the floor. He protects the rim on D just as much as he punishes it at the offensive end.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Kevin Durant. Portland also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Powell. Anthony finds Lillard. Now McCollum back to Lillard. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Nets have gone 0-5 at the start of the second quarter. Extremely cold shooting coming out of the locker room.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Look, he's always a league leader in free throw attempts. I mean, Harden, he's so shifty, so strong, and he can beat you from any spot on the floor.
Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Yes, that goes in.
And the floater from Harden, that beautiful raindrop, teardrop, rainbow is just exceptional. No way the D can contest that in time. You cannot jump higher than that ball.
Drains the three-pointer. McCollum's got 5.
And in that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
Irving passes to Harden. Kicks to Harris. Launches a 3. 6 to shoot for the 3. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Oh, they get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
It's Anthony with the drive. Covington dishes to Nurkic. Anthony no one around. The second chance effort. Left side Covington. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 8 rebounds in this game. Anthony with the block. And they'll keep possession. Here's Irving. And it's off the back rim. No good. Trailblazers trail by 4. Lillard from outside. Offensive rebound.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Irving finds Harden. Here's Claxton, defended by Covington. Inside, here's Harris. Nurkic with the block.
A defensive anchor. I mean, you got to admire how Nurkic uses his wingspan to turn shots back.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. They trail by 3.
Such a smart offensive player. When McCollum sees these shots open up, he doesn't think twice about firing.
And a deep 3 from Irving. And no good on the last second attempt this time. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Oh, yeah, no need for hero ball there. I mean, you just need to make the right basketball play. Outstanding dish that time.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Irving. Green is out there with Jordan. Then there's Brown, and it's KD in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn, and the wide open shot from Green. A 3-pointer, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
But they'll get another chance. Here's Covington. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And there's no quit when it comes to battling there until the final whistle. What a putback.
The deeper in the crunch time we get, the harder he's going to work on the offensive glass.
To the inside, Green. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant.
Oh, look, good offense, unselfish play, pinpoint pass. That's Kevin Durant. He can do it all.
Here's Simons. This is to Cantor. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. Simons, the pass to Cantor. Here's Simons over Green. And it's Simons missing.
Oh, you expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Bobbed up there for Durant. The alley-oop layup. Very well done. And the Nets lead by 3.
And that is a shot that Green knocks down consistently. The defense has to try harder to contest him from there.
Brown against McCollum. The pass to Simons. Off target from outside. Nets leading by 3. Left side, KD. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Just look at all the things Durant can do on the floor, and it is mind-boggling. He is such a force on offense.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Powell against Durant. Powell, the pass to Simons. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And Irving launches it from deep. Jordan kicks to Irving. Right block shot. And he can't bank that one in. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Covington with the ball. A nice shot by Simons.
And challenging the bigger defender coming through in the biggest moment.
And there's no better feeling coming up nails when the stakes are high.
Left side, Irving. Basket counts.
Oh, man, you got to appreciate the poise of Irving. He's always composed, especially on important possessions.
1:53 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Simons. The 17-footer goes down. Simons has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in.
Here's Irving. And foul on the... And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Harris comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Harden in for Bruce Brown. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He told his guys the inside game is working, so stick with it. It means posting, slashing, getting to the rim, whatever produces these high percentage looks. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Pass to Irving. Back to Harden. And stolen by Lillard. Stolen by Harden. Pops it up for Jordan. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And here comes the break. A three from McCollum. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Nets go the other way with it. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. It falls. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within three.
And McCullough is a lethal scorer, especially when the game is on the line. Love how he controls it.
Passes to Durant. Fires from deep. It's good from long range. And the Nets lead by 6.
How many clutch shots have we seen Durant hit? It's countless at this point, and he keeps adding to the total.
Powell for 3. Kyrie Irving with the rebound. It's the Nets now. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And the handles Irving possesses, I mean, unreal. The great Isaiah Thomas, Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas, told me Irving might have the best handles he's ever seen.
And here's Anthony for 3. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final second. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris...